Hello everybody, this is Minecraft here, and in today's video I will unbox and review the Seagate external desktop hard drive, which is 4 terabytes. Now let me take this out right here real quick, set it down, and there we go. Now I'm going to take this out and we are going to unbox the Seagate expansion desktop drive. Okay, now that we got that box out of the way, we can start unpacking the main package of the Seagate expansion desktop drive. Now, a little quick note here is that this is an external drive, although it's not very portable. It's not called a portable drive. It's not called a portable external drive, but instead it's called a desktop portable, a desktop external drive. And the reason for that is because this model of the expansion drive has power that goes through the wall outlet, so you do need an additional wall outlet to use it. You cannot just plug it in through USB. So in other words, it does not get its power through USB, so this is a bit different than some other external hard drives. So now that we got that out of the way, I can finally start unpacking. Let me just give you a view of the whole box right here. We got some additional languages here, including Russian, Chinese, German, and other languages like that. Now it is cased in like that, so what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna tear this open with my hands real quick. Okay, there we go. Now that we got that film a bit teared right here, it can start finally kinda tearing this whole thing off. Now I probably should have used scissors, but did leave a little dent there, but that's okay. So okay, now we're getting all of this plastic film off right here. And we can see that this external hard drive is super speed USB certified, so it's going to be fast. Now let me take my scissors real quick. These are really crappy scissors, so please bear with me. Now I can finally get this seal out of the way. This is a bit tight, so okay. It's a bit hard to film this while I'm doing this, so I'll just cut it open somewhere right here. Okay, yes, there we go. I finally cracked that seal open, so let's proceed to open the box and look what's inside. I have never opened such a drive before, so I actually don't know what's inside. So I can already see the black part right here, the main external hard disk. So I think that I'm gonna have to slide this out like this. And there we go. I think this is the disk. And as you can see, we have that manual right here. Some protector cardboard thingies just to make sure that it does not get damaged during shipping. Okay, so we got these things that protect the drive on both ends. Now we got the manual in the middle right here on several languages. We can see that it's a quick start guide that just explains how to use the drive. This is a bit different from the quick start guide on the internal 2 terabyte hard drive that I also reviewed and opened up. And if you haven't seen that video, you probably should. Where I unboxed and reviewed a Seagate 2 terabyte internal hard disk. So wow. This is the external hard drive. It's actually quite large, to be honest. I think it's about the same size, if not larger, than an internal hard disk. But it is an external one, so we can see that it's protected by a film, so we can get all of that off right here. And that comes off real easy, and there we go. Now let's slide it off. Slide it out right here. And there we go. The design is very sleek. It's very, very beautiful. On the bottom here we have some specifications of the drive. Expansion desktop drive. Now let's see where the ports are. I haven't found them yet. Oh yes, there we go. Right here are the ports. Right here's the electricity port, and right here is the data port, the power port and the data port. So the cables should be included with it down there. It's a very sleek design, and I think we can see these holes go inside to make sure that it vents, because the hard disk does generate heat when it spins. So let's look inside the box and see right down here. Oh yes, looks like the... Okay, let me just move this over. So it does look like right here is there's the wires right here. All the cables are included in this kind of cardboard block in here. You can see the inside of the box is now empty. Now I'll just set that down real quick somewhere right here. Right here we got all the cables in here. And what's great with this expansion hard disk is that for internal hard disks of larger than 2 terabytes capacity, you have to go into the UEFI and configure it to make sure that Windows can recognize drives larger than 2 terabytes. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, you don't need to configure this as much as you need to configure the internal drives. So it's a bit more quick start than the other internal drives. So right here I can already see the power inverter, which has to be plugged into the wall outlet, and yes, I can see this right over here. There we go. Okay, now this is packaged a bit just like the hard drive. You just kind of have to take it out, the seal out. So here's the power inverter, and you'll have to plug it into a wall outlet every time you use it, and that's exactly why it's called a desktop hard drive, because it requires a desktop surface to put on and a plug. And right here we can see that this is the power port, which I showed right here. And let me just show you real quick how it goes on there, just to make sure. Oh, I probably shouldn't have dropped that like that, but it's a bit difficult to film and look through it. But right here, as you can see, this is where it goes in here, and it kind of goes in very easily. And then the other end of this, you do have to plug it into the wall outlet. So, and a great advantage of these hard disks that they use external power is because these hard disks spin at 7,200 RPM. I'm fairly certain that these hard disks spin as fast as internal drives, but don't quote me on it, because I might be wrong, but I'm most likely correct on that. And if we look inside the box here, we can see the data cable as well. So that's packaged a bit differently than other cables. Okay, I can already see the USB, which is gonna go into the computers, of course. Now let me just see how, or should I just probably rip it? Yeah, I'm just gonna rip this plastic seal off really quick. Okay, now that we got that going, and it's a bit of a weird connector right here, because as you can see, it kind of looks like there's 2 connectors there, but this is gonna slide into the data connector real well. It kind of looks like 2 mini USBs combined together or something like that. Now as far as for length, it's the wire, it's not that long, but I think it's enough to reach from the wall outlet. But of course, this is a drive, not you can't use this drive with a laptop unless you have access to an exterior plug. So yeah. Okay, now let me. This is the power inverter right here. Crap, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, but these are fairly durable. And as long as you don't drop them from great heights, these probably should not fail. I'm gonna use this drive for backups, such as system images, stuff like that. Just backup general files. 4 terabytes is way more than I actually need, but just to make sure that I have enough storage to back up all of my data. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut filming right here, and then just come back as soon as I plug this in. Okay, now I have plugged in the external hard drive, and now we can see it running. It has this little blue kind of LED that lights up, and it starts blinking as soon as the drive has activity, such as read or write. We can see the power cable coming in from here, and the USB super speed USB 3.0 cable coming from here. Now this power cable leads to my plugs, which are right here, which is plugged into my wall outlet right here. The super speed USB leads back into here where the USB 3.0 port is, and it is very sleek on my desktop, and exactly like the name suggests, this external hard drive will be kept on my desktop. Now, I'm gonna move on to my PC and talk about the drivers real quick. Okay, now that the hard disk has finished installing all of the drivers, which it installed automatically, we can now go ahead and look at the contents of the drive. And as you can see when we go to my PC right here, I was actually quite surprised to find that instead of the default hard drive icon, we can actually see kind of a real-life picture or icon of the desktop hard drive, which is quite neat because it lets me distinguish the external drive from all of my other drives, which look mostly the same for the default icon. And another thing that I was surprised is that actually the drive already has some setup files on it. So these are all the files that were on it when it opened, and I was actually kind of surprised too when this window automatically opened before setup actually installed all of the drivers. Well, Windows automatically installs drivers whenever you put something, whenever you put inside like a USB drive or something, or practically any USB drive. When you put inside any USB drive into any computer, it automatically starts installing the drivers. Well, this drive kind of took a longer time to install these drivers. It took it about 30 seconds or so to install all of the drivers, but for some reason this window actually came up before it completed installing all of the drivers. So I'm not really sure what this setup is, but I'm going to run it anyway. I have not ran it yet. Now let's see, is it gonna ask for administrator permissions or not? Okay, I don't know if it's running or not. This is kind of weird. Oh, there you go, Seagate product registration. So let's see what's that about. Now, if this does require me to put inside the serial number of the hard disk, then I'm not gonna film this part. I'm not really sure what this is. Maybe this is some application to help me use the drive or something like that. So did it just... I'm not actually really sure. Where did any icon... Was any icon supposed to come up? Because I just clicked on that and this was supposed to bring up some type of window, which it did, and then it kind of went back down. So I'm not exactly sure if it kind of registered my product just by running this operation thingy. And as you can see, I ran it once more. Oh, and there we go. So it wants me to register my product. So, well, other than that, what I'm actually going to do probably is I'm going to end the video here. And if you can see this right here, we can see that the Seagate expansion icon files right here. So this is exactly where it gets this nice icon right here from that. So I guess you can set an icon for any drive in your system as far as I'm concerned. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I think you can set icons for these drives, for other drives if you want to. So yeah. And we can see that autorun.inf, which means it's supposed to autorun this. We can see this is a hidden file folder, some registration folder. This is probably my serial number here in this .xml file. Well, I don't think that in this video I'm going to actually test this drive with Crystal Disk Mark, but if you want me to test it, I'll be more than happy to make a video about that. So my conclusion is that I'm actually very satisfied with this drive. Setup was extremely simple and easy. All you have to do is simply plug the drive into your computer. I'm very satisfied with the price of it because I bought it for around, I think, $150 or so. But anyway, I bought it on Newegg, and if you do want to buy this drive, there will be a link in the description, so you can just go down there and click on the link there. This drive is also currently on sale on Newegg, so I'm fairly sure that the sale will end, it's not gonna last long. So if you do want to buy this drive, or if you are thinking about buying this drive, I strongly recommend this, and I would also recommend this drive to a friend.
And anyway, this drive, I'm fully satisfied. I could not see any flaws of this drive. Now, I don't know, because I have only used this drive for a few minutes or so, and maybe it will fail or something will happen. In that case, I will update the video to make sure that you don't buy this drive, and I might change my mind. Like, for example, if this drive fails in a month or two, then I'm gonna change my mind about this drive. But like I said before, I'm gonna use this drive for my backups of my system and all of both of these drives. So now let's take a peek at the properties down here, and yep, 3.63 terabytes. So in reality, 4 terabytes, where it says on the box that it's 4 terabytes, in reality, only 3.63 terabytes is usable. And like I said in my last video review about my 2 terabyte internal hard disk, is that it has to do with that on the packaging they're writing 4 terabytes, which is, I think it's 1,000. Oh, yes, I think it's 1,000. Oh no, I think that they mean that it's 1,024 megabytes in a terabyte, but here it's 1,000 megabytes in a terabyte, or something like that. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I would recommend this drive to anyone who wants to buy it. I'm fully satisfied with this product. Thank you for watching. This was Minecraelix, and see you all in the next video.